Music notation, the written form of music, may appear to be a cryptic, indecipherable code. But it's actually a highly structured language that's quite logical once you understand its grammar. So here's your crash course in reading sheet music. At first glance, a musical score looks like a chaotic jumble of notes, rests, and other markings. The position of a note on the staff indicates its pitch, with higher notes generally appearing closer to the top of the staff and lower notes closer to the bottom. Notes are placed either on a line or in a space, with each line and space representing a different pitch. For instance, on the treble staff, the space between the second and third line is E, while the line just below the top line is F. It consists of sharps or flats placed on the lines or spaces of the staff, indicating that those notes are to be played or sung with that alteration throughout the piece. Symbols such as piano for soft and forte, for loud are placed in front of the note or chord to indicate how it should be played. Other common dynamics markings include mezzo piano, mezzo forte, piano for very soft and forte for very loud. But upon closer inspection, one can discern a repeating pattern in symbols that are universally understood by musicians worldwide. By understanding the basics of this universal language, musicians can unlock the written music and bring it to life, sharing their musical talents with the world. Let's break down the basic elements of music notation. Italian terms are commonly used to indicate tempo, such as allegro for fast, andante for moderately slow, presto for very fast. These include symbols for articulation, which indicates how notes should be played or sung, such as staccato, which means detached or short, and legato, which means smooth and connected. If you want to learn more about music theory, check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and happy music reading. Till next time. Other markings include repeat signs, which indicate sections of music that are to be repeated, and tempo markings, which provide further instructions regarding tempo changes within a piece. The purpose of a clef is to indicate the pitch of the notes on the staff. There are many clefs in use, but the two most common are the treble clef and the bass clef. The treble clef, also known as the G clef, because it curls around the second line of the staff, is used for higher-pitched instruments and voices. The bass clef, also called the F clef, assigns different pitches to the lines and spaces of the staff, mainly for lower register instruments. The foundation of music notation is the staff, which consists of 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces. Notes in music notation are represented by various shapes, each signifying a different duration or time value. Whole notes are the longest, followed by half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes, which gets shorter as we go on. The exact duration of each note depends on the time signature, which is indicated at the beginning of a piece. The top number in the time signature indicates how many beats there are in each measure, while the bottom number indicates the type of note that receives 1 beat. For example, in 4/4 time, the most common time signature in Western music, there are 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets 1 beat. At the beginning of a staff, you'll often find a symbol called a clef. The key signature, typically found at the beginning of a piece, provides a quick reference for the key in which the music is written. Now let's talk about dynamics. Dynamics refer to the volume or intensity of the music. Tempo refers to the speed at which a piece is played. In addition to these basic elements, music notation includes a variety of other symbols and markings that provide additional instructions to the performer. Learning to read music notation is a valuable skill for any musician. I hope you enjoyed this overview of music notation and found it helpful.